Today I'm going to make 4 of the biggest altcoin calls I've ever made. And I'm going to show you why I think Ethereum is about to break $5,000. Yeah, in fact, I think Ethereum is going to break $5,000 before the end of May. I think today is going to be our biggest show, and certainly it's going to be our most important show. So stay tuned until the end, because that is when the magic is going to come. Guys, I'm Crypto Man Ran. I'm having the time of my life on this market. Welcome to CryptoBanter.com, especially if you're new here. If you're new here, welcome. Smash that like and smash that subscribe, and I'll tell you why. Because we're giving away money, like lots of money. And we're not like one of these normal crypto channels that give away, say, a Bitcoin, or I don't know, some of them are giving away an Ethereum, or some of them are giving away a ledger. We are giving away the biggest giveaway in crypto history. Simple as that. Really, this is the biggest giveaway in crypto history. Don't believe me? Well, believe Fred. Because Fred says we have the banter bags. And we're the only channel in the world that has done this. In fact, what we've done is we've taken $10,000, and it started off as a joke. We thought we were going to invest at $10,000. Then we realized that you guys can't get access to these pre-market gems. And so what I decided to do was to take the $10,000 and to invest it for you guys on behalf of you guys in pre-market gems. And then the pre-market gems started to come to market. And that was when the joke turned into the biggest giveaway in crypto history, because those bags are starting to release themselves. The tokens are starting to come onto the market. And Fred, let's put up a table of the value of the bags, because these bags are going crazy. Yesterday, the guys from Donkey Finance were on the show, and they gave us $1,000 in the banter bags. And then on the show, they added another $5,000. Basically gave you guys $5,000 worth of pre-market allocations. Freddie, do we have that table? So the banter bags table, this is what it looks like, guys. OCAM came to market yesterday, and OCAM did 100x. Okay, it's back down. In fact, let's see how OCAM is doing. Let me share my screen with you guys. Let's go look at how OCAM is doing right now. Hold on a second. OCAM is doing 65x, guys. So another 65x in the banter bags. And we've also taken a decision to reinvest the money and keep reinvesting the money. So not only are you going to have the 10 tokens, which are currently in the banter bags, but we're also going to just keep reinvesting for you guys. So when we get to 250,000 subscribers, we're going to give you the bags. Take them. We don't want them. They're yours. $3 million, $2 million, I guess that those are probably realistic numbers for how big these bags are going to be. So it is the biggest banter. It is the biggest giveaway ever in crypto history. I can tell you guys that much. And it's my pleasure to give it to you guys, because you guys have been the best community in the world. You want to win it? Like, subscribe, hit the bell button. If you share this video, you get 2 entries. Follow me on Telegram. Follow me on Twitter. At Crypto Man Ran on Twitter. Follow Crypto Banter on Telegram. Follow Sheldon the Sniper. All those things get you entries. So to win the biggest giveaway in crypto history, what do you have to do? Sit on the sofa. Watch this show. Learn about crypto. Get amazing gem calls. And make money. No brainer. I mean, Fred says, what? Fred says he's leaving and he's going to go sit on his sofa and watch, because he doesn't need to work anymore, because he's going to win the banter bags. Who knows? Anyway, guys, let's get on with today's show. In fact, before we get on with today's show, let's talk about yesterday's show. Seems like you guys really loved yesterday's show. I mean, it was one of our best shows. Certainly the fastest show that we've had. And we had amazing calls. I know a lot of you guys sent me fan mail yesterday and sent Sheldon fan mail after yesterday's show. Fred, do we have the fan mail? There's some really good stuff, guys. And this is really what drives us, I must say. Freddie, I can't see it on my screen. I don't know if it's up, but I can't see it on my screen. So let's just, okay, there we go. So some fan mail. Hi, I just wanted to send you a huge message of gratitude to you. My husband and I have been able to fund the build of a school in Lombok, Indonesia that was damaged in the tragic 2018 earthquake through our crypto trading profits. This is huge thanks to you and Sheldon the Sniper for the amazing calls. Our goal is to build another 2 schools this year in partnership with organization Classroom of Hope. So let's get it in this old season. I wake up every morning at 3 a.m. to listen to your live stream. You're making dreams and passions projects come true. Guys, this is why we do what we do, because we help you. Not about the money first. We're not making money. There's no, have you seen sponsorship or not? It's not about sponsorship. We don't have sponsorship. We are a neutral channel. We don't accept tokens. We don't do project reviews. We don't accept any payments. We do this as a service for you guys. Fred, what else? Who else? Any other fan mail? Oh, look at this. This is the type of videos that we're getting from you guys. People that want to help the community out. I want to show you this. This is amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Freddie, play that video.
Hey, what's up, guys? Fred is by far the best show in crypto on internet. My name is Matt. I'm Canadian. I'm not a newbie in crypto. I was in 2016 and in Bitcoin. In 2017, I bought some miner. The wrong timing, too expensive, and then the crash happened. I lost almost everything. And at that time, I was living in Greece on a sailboat. It's like $100,000, $120,000 that I had to buy the miner. That was a saving that I would use to live on my boat. Living on it in Greece for 3 years, living the dream, was about to go around the world, and I lost almost everything. Sold the boat, went back to work, and here I am. I worked hard, saved some money, and just to tell the people, even if I lost a lot of money, I kept buying Bitcoin. I kept buying 11,000, 9,000, and then 20,000, 36,000, 47,000, and last time at 57,000. Still buying. I'm making good money now. And the plan is, of course, to retire with all of you guys in 200 days and buy another boat. And I want to get you in the boat. And maybe some viewers. Who knows? So let's see what you think about that.
Okay, so that's it. Freddie, how's the sound? Is it back? Is my sound back? All right, so amazing. So that's the kind of fan mail that you guys are sending us. Guys, that's the kind of stuff that keeps us going forward and keeps us driving forward and bringing you amazing content. Remember, Gary V is coming on. He's coming on. The guys are saying echo. Do I still have an echo? 1 2 1 2. Is there still an echo? Let me know in the comments, guys. Okay, great. So there we go. So I need your help, guys. The Gary V promo. Remember, I need to create something that Gary V is actually going to retweet. I need to create some kind of a meme that Gary V is going to retweet. So if you guys know how to make memes, or you think you can come up with something funny that Gary V is going to retweet, do it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give it to Gary V. I'm going to create an NFT of it, and I'm going to give it to Gary V. So, I mean, do that. It'll be an amazing help to the community. And, I mean, imagine Gary V starts talking about your design as an NFT. I think that could be amazing. What else, Freddie? Oh, okay. Remember, tomorrow's Banter Friday. And tomorrow we said we're going to bring some females into the mix. So we've got some incredible ladies in the mix for you guys with Mr. Biz. Can you imagine what tomorrow is going to be like? And we'll let you know. People here are saying we're all George. Fred, maybe try and get George onto Banter tomorrow. What are the chances, Freddie? Guys, if you want George to be on Banter tomorrow, tweet him. Tweet him. In fact, Freddie, tweet now and say who thinks George should be on Banter tomorrow, and ask people to retweet and tag George and get George out of bed. Tell him to come to Banter tomorrow. The video we made with George is nearly at 100,000 views. One of our best videos. So if you haven't checked it out, go and check it out. Today, also, later on in the show, my best token, the token that I believe the most in, the token that I'm putting most of my money behind, is on the show. That's, of course, Arweave. So, yeah, we have Arweave on the show tomorrow. Today. Sorry, that's not even tomorrow. That is actually today. So, big show today. Stay tuned, because I think that once you guys realize, once you guys see what Arweave actually does, then I think you guys will become huge fans. So stay tuned for that. What else? Oh, another one. We don't usually cover this token enough, but we should cover it because it's doing amazing things. And that's Band Protocol. So Band Protocol is like Chainlink. It's an Oracle play. And they have actually partnered up with Google. So if you read the announcement, let me quickly go to my screen and show you guys what the announcement looks like. I should have it somewhere here. So they've partnered up with Google Cloud. Integration with Band Protocol oracles and deep learning for real-time crypto and price anomaly detection. So it looks like it is a crypto partnership, but nonetheless, we always said that Band Protocol may be the second protocol to be getting the network effect. And this is huge. I mean, look what it's done to the Band Protocol price. The Band Protocol price today is up 35%. So again, getting network effect. If you're looking for network effect gems, I highly recommend that you guys look into Band Protocol, because Band Protocol is one of those gems that's really getting network effect. And we always said, right now, there's only one player in the Oracle space that actually has network effect, and that is, of course, Chainlink. But now we've got band protocol, so huge. I wouldn't buy it right now. Don't buy it now. Don't buy it now, because you don't want to buy something after a 30% pump. Wait for a pullback. When that pullback comes, that's when we buy. So that's band protocol. Let's see how we're doing in terms of likes. I think that's the most important. So there's 4,200 of you guys here. How many likes have we got? We have 2,300 likes. So 2,000. How we're doing in terms of 2,300 people don't want to win the banter bags, don't want free money. Where else are you going to find this, guys? Where are you going to find free money like this? Crazy. Okay, so that's all the recaps. Let's look at what happened yesterday. Very important. Yesterday, Coinbase came to the market, as we said to you guys. That's what it looked like. So today, Coinbase is at about $323. And that means that Coinbase is actually under $100 billion market cap, or its market cap is about, looks like, no, I think this is wrong. It says 65 billion. But this cycle played out exactly as we said it would. Remember I said to you guys that Bitcoin would hit an all-time high, and then what would happen is money would go from Bitcoin into the other alts. That's exactly how the cycle played out. Money went into Bitcoin, and then money went into the other alts. And do you remember which alt I told you yesterday you should be buying? Do you remember yesterday I said to you, don't buy X? In fact, no, Fred, there must be a video, play them a replay of yesterday's video, where the one that Leah found for us, where I told the guys what to buy yesterday.
Okay, quick one of VTHO. We're about to see some.
Let's get my video where I told the guys yesterday what to buy. And you know for sure that when people start taking profits from the coins where they've made 100% profit in the last couple of days, which are Binance Coin, XRP, what are they going to do with the profits? They're going to put them into the next major altcoins. What are the altcoins that haven't run? Well, let's have a look. Surprise! Chainlink only run 1.5%. Buy. Chainlink is about to go on a run. How do we know this? Every other token has had a run. Okay. So Chainlink. What did I say to you guys yesterday? And let's have a look at that. So you've got Chainlink up today, 21.5%. I wonder, how could we have called that one? What a surprise. And I said to you guys, don't buy XRP and don't buy Binance Coin. They're up 1% and 3.5%. Because people were taking profits from Binance Coin and XRP and Bitcoin and putting them where? Putting them into the major altcoins that haven't run. And that's exactly what I said to you guys would happen. It's happening again. And the cycle's playing out, I would say exactly as we called it yesterday. Guys, it's so simple. Watch the show. We bring you guys experts. We don't just phone people. We curate experts for you who we vet before they come on, and they know what they're doing. And look at what we said yesterday. In fact, yesterday we bought on MDX. Remember MDX, the guy with the beautiful girlfriend who came on drunk? Yeah, so he came on yesterday. Freddie, just play that one. I just want to see, a lot of you guys are complaining there's an echo when we play the video. So let me just check if it has anything to do. No, there is echo cancellation. All right, Freddie, let's play the video. Let's play that video of MDX yesterday.
Ran, I've had about 5 pints. I'm half cut right now. I feel great. It's great to be on the show and see your beautiful golden face. Yeah, dude, I got a few altcoins for you. I said I wanted to come on the show. I got 3,000 X coins.
Basically, this is now the MDX show.
This is my show now, guys. This is my show now. What's up? Welcome back. How you guys doing? First one is Swarm, guys. It's going to be called Swarm Markets. This is looking really interesting because it has a complete USP on the securities and equities market in terms of tokenizing them.
Very fundamental for a technical analyst. I mean, that actually sounds like you've done your homework, which is not something I'm used to. Usually I'm used to you drawing like lines on charts and shit.
Yeah, I'm going to get three more pints down in a second. But okay, this one's been flying around Twitter. I think this is really, really cool. This is called Katana. Now, again, guys, absolutely tiny, below $100 million. This is, you put $1,000 into these coins, you can literally make $1 million. Like, that's actually possible. This looks really, really good to me because it's merging between DeFi and CeFi exchanges. You know, this one's already known, Atari token. Everyone knows Atari token. I lost my childhood to Roller Coaster Tycoon. That game is sick. They're integrating the Atari token into every single console. So you have to use it to buy games.
Okay, so what happened? What happened with MDX's calls? Well, Katana, up 56.4% in the last 24 hours. How's that? Atari, up 40.7% in the last 24 hours since MDX came onto our show yesterday. Swarm, up 86.9% since MDX came onto our show yesterday. Guys, it's pretty simple. Either you watch this show, either you tell your friends to watch the show, you share this video with everyone, or you know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. That's exactly it. So watch the show, share it with your friends, because this is where we give you 86.9% returns in a day. We also have Sheldon. How many times has Sheldon made calls? Let's get Sheldon on the stream. I know he's here. I know he's next door. Sheldon, how are you, my friend?
I'm great, and yourself?
Sheldon, earlier on today, 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, we gave the people calls. What did we call?
We called WIN, we called LIT, and re-entries on VTHO.
Okay, tell me, how are those three tokens doing?
Good. I see WIN has exploded. It's a good 12. I think it's about 10 to 12% up from this morning's call. And obviously WIN's running a very strong percentage. If I have a look in the last 22% it's been running since then. But obviously we know the important key level we've just broken. So there's a lot coming from WIN. LIT is also looking great. Breaking out of buy zone now. Beautiful test. We are shooting. We should all be in good profits there already. And VTHO is still going strong. We're making a little short-term flag now, and it's looking strong to go. I see Chainlink is flying. Sure.
No, just call up Chainlink, because Chainlink was one that we both called yesterday. And we said...
Yeah, so we called it just above. We were there just above the zone yesterday afternoon. And then just before your show, perfect dropping to the zone. And there we go. So we literally got it to the line, to the dollar, which was great. And I think that's setting up also a good, strong 23%, which is good because Chainlink should be a higher part of our portfolio. One thing quickly to add there, Rand, look at this. This is what excites me.
Don't run it, because we actually are. Actually, no, carry on. Let's go. Let's carry on with Chainlink.
Just look at that. This is a Bitcoin chart daily. Why is Chainlink finally reacting the way we need it to react? We have broken the daily trend to the Bitcoin pair. And this is what we are only just getting started with Chainlink. So that's a very exciting sign. Looking really good.
Okay, so guys, it's very simple. This is the only show that really combines the technicals and the fundamentals and the donkey sounds and brings it all to you in one show. So you have technicals, fundamentals, and donkey sounds all in one show. We've given you so many amazing calls in the last 2 days. I mean, come on, guys, you've seen it. MDX, 3 calls that would have given you on average 50%. Sheldon giving you these calls. Fundamentals to back everything up. So Sheldon, we'll see you in a second. Stay on the line, because there's a lot going on and I may need you here doing some charts for us.
No problem, buddy.
Cool. So what happens next? Well, for one, people continue. What happens in the cycle? This cycle is going to bring you investing opportunities on the one side and trading opportunities on the other side. Here at Banter, we're going to cover both. The technical opportunities and the trading opportunities, Sheldon is going to help you with. In long-term investment opportunities, I'm going to help you with, and we're going to combine it. So we're going to tell you exactly when to start buying these coins and when to start selling these coins. And so today I've got 4 calls for you. The first one I said to you guys is start buying Chainlink. Keep buying Chainlink, keep buying Chainlink, keep buying Chainlink. And Sheldon will tell us when we should be buying it. In fact, let's bring him onto the stream now. Sheldon, quickly, when should we be buying Chainlink, or should we just buy it now?
No, small pullback is going to come in the market, guys, definitely. So Chainlink between $39 to $41 is a great add-in zone for Chainlink, definitely. Just wait for a small pullback. We've grown a lot. A little pullback is going to happen. Okay,
so I'm going to make 3 other calls. I'm going to bring you back, because my calls are going to be the fundamentals, and you're going to bring me the technicals, and we're going to combine it, and we're going to make magic. How's that?
No problem, buddy. Right. Let's do it.
So the next call that I want to make is a big call. probably one of my biggest calls ever. And that call is, of course, none other than
1.4 by 103.6.
Roger, shut down, and we copy 101.4 by 103.6. Roger out.
Right on time.
So yeah, guys, Ethereum. You need to be buying Ethereum. Ethereum is breaking its all-time highs. It is now in uncharted territory. It's in price discovery territory. But fundamentally, there are also a whole lot of reasons why you need to be buying Ethereum now. Let's start with what happened yesterday. So Coinbase listed, Bitcoin went crazy, and a lot of money has been flowing into Bitcoin. But what happens when money starts to leave Bitcoin, when these new investors come in? They start to go into Ethereum because they think that Ethereum is the next Bitcoin. And they think that Bitcoin's already had a run. Bitcoin already has $1 trillion market cap. It already has the network effect. And Ethereum has 1/10 of the Bitcoin market cap, or 1/5 of the Bitcoin market cap. And so they start buying Ethereum. But the fundamentals on Ethereum, there's a whole lot of fundamental indicators on Ethereum that actually make Ethereum a very good buy right now. I can see about 9 of them. So quickly, let's go through them. The first one is that the number of active addresses on ETH keep going up. And Metcalfe's law says that as long as the number of active addresses keep going up, the value of the network increases exponentially. Now, what you can see from this chart is that the number of active addresses on Ethereum is now actually at an all-time high and keeps growing and growing and growing. Why is this happening? Well, possibly because of DeFi. Because there is $80 billion locked in DeFi. And most of that $80 billion is on Ethereum. The balance, of course, is on BSC or Binance Smart Chain. A lot of these people that start buying ETH and start buying Bitcoin are going to start wanting to get returns. And when they want to get their returns, where are they going to go? To DeFi. And DeFi means being on Ethereum. So that's another good reason why we should be buying Ethereum. The third reason why we should be buying Ethereum is because the futures interest, the open futures interest, which means the institutional adoption or the mainstream institutional adoption of Ethereum, or at least investment in Ethereum, is exploding and is now at an all-time high. Another reason to buy Ethereum, the total value locked in ETH 2.0. There's $9 billion of Ethereum, which will never, ever, ever leave the market, or not never, ever, but certainly for the next 2 years, is locked up in a staking contract. So all of these reasons make it the right time to buy Ethereum. There's another good reason to buy Ethereum. Look at the transaction fees on Ethereum. Just have a look at the transaction fees. Ethereum is on track to generate $10 billion worth of transaction fees this year. This number is old. I'm telling you, it's on track to do $10 billion worth of transaction fees this year. That is 5 times as much as Bitcoin. So Freddie, just go back that chart. So what you can see is that in terms of transaction fees, ETH is actually the money chain. And you're looking at this and you're saying ETH is going to generate 5 times the transaction value, the transaction fees, as Bitcoin. And with that in mind, what you realize is that ETH has become almost like a value play, like someone said, like a Warren Buffett type stock, where it's actually becoming a value play. So you look at this, you say, okay, in 2020, the revenue on ETH was 600 million. In 2021, it's grown to 10 billion. Obviously, the profit margin is the profit margin. And so it becomes like almost like a value play. There are 2 other indicators that I want to show you why I would be buying Ethereum and why Ethereum is going to continue to run. And you know what it's going to run to? It's going to run to, Freddie, what's it going to run to? $5,000. And you know when it's going to hit $5,000? In May. So Ethereum's running to $5,000 in May. That I can tell you. The other 2 indicators that you should be looking at is, one of them is the market value versus the realized value of Ethereum. Now, this is a metric that is used, which looks at the total Ethereum holders and what the average price of an Ethereum is versus the market value. And you can see that these charts generally follow each other. Can you see how the 2 charts really correlate with one another? But if you look at today, there is a slight miscorrelation. What happens when that correlation goes back to normal? Fred, call up that second chart. Bang. What it means is that the Ethereum price would probably need to go up. The last indicator that I want to share with you guys today is the market sentiment. So usually when market sentiment is low, you want to be buying something, right? So that's exactly why you should be buying Ethereum today. Because if you look at the market sentiment today, the market sentiment today is actually at a low. Look at this chart. Keep looking at this chart. Every single time that the market sentiment has been at a low, the price has immediately gone up afterwards. So if you look at the market sentiment at the moment, the market sentiment is at an all-time low, or certainly at a low. And usually when this happens, the price of ETH goes up. It goes back to that old adage that you should be buying when others are negative. And that's exactly what's happening. So to me, I'm saying that right now is a good time to be buying Ethereum. It's probably the best risk-adjusted return that you can get. I think the next one in terms of risk-adjusted return, the next best one in terms of risk-adjusted return, probably Chainlink, because these are the big tokens that have got the network effect. What happens next? So people buy Bitcoin, they move into the big cap gems, and then they start moving down and start looking for the smaller cap gems that are getting network effects. And soon, very soon, they're going to discover my favorite token. Yeah, my favorite token. They're going to discover it. And you know why they're going to discover it? Because it's a hidden gem. Because it's a token, and I want to actually show you this token. It's a token that doesn't have all this hype. It doesn't have these big listings. It doesn't have these rah people shouting and creating that kind of hype. It's a token that's actually all about adoption. And I guess that this comes as no surprise to you guys. So I guess when I show you guys the token, it's no surprise because it's been on our show a million times. And that token, of course, is Arweave. So to me, Arweave is a token that I invested in very early in the game. And it has been one of the best performing tokens. But even today at a market cap of $1 billion, I think that the market hasn't discovered this gem of a token. And so what I wanted to do today was I wanted to bring the founder of Arweave, Sam Williams, onto the show, not only to talk to you about what Arweave actually is and what it does, because I think you'll be blown away when you find out. But I also want him to tell you guys how vibrant the ecosystem is and what's being built currently on Arweave. So without further ado, Sam, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Ran. Great to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Listen, so, I meant every word that I said. Like, when I said Arweave is my favorite token, I think people who've been watching the show know that it comes up almost every second show. And I think that a lot of people don't realize what Arweave actually does. And what they do is they compare it to like normal file storage protocols. So they compare it to storage or Kucoin, right?
Yeah.
Can you clarify for us what Arweave actually does?
Yeah, sure. I mean, at its base layer, it offers permanent information storage. So the word storage is in there, but the word permanent is too. And that's like fundamentally different affair than temporary storage. You use it for like all sorts of different things. Yeah, and the way that this works is you essentially back storage with an endowment. So when you it's kind of like a DeFi concept, actually. So we put money aside when you put data into the network, and then you generate interest on that money, and you use the interest to pay for storage. That allows you to perpetuate information essentially forever.
Why do we need information to last forever? I thought that if I gave my information to Google Cloud or if I put it onto Filecoin or any of the other protocols, I thought information was going to last forever. So is that not the case?
It actually gets lost all the time. And even the information that doesn't get lost on these centralized providers, eventually those providers will change their offering. And that just means that your information is eventually going to be lost one way or another. Whereas if we put it inside a protocol, we can trust that the protocol just won't change. And we can trust that the incentives are going to be there for miners to perpetuate the data. Yeah, and it's a totally different set of use cases. One obvious one that's come up recently is NFTs. Right? So you're buying like a piece of crypto art. And obviously that art has to be stored somewhere because you can't put it on Ethereum. It's crazy expensive. So what you do instead is you put it on Arweave, where it's just going to be around forever. You don't need to worry about it because the alternative is you put it on some centralized storage system where like the link's going to break and you're going to get a 404 and you're no longer going to be able to find your asset. And so it's going to be basically worthless. Or you're going to put it on like even a decentralized but temporary storage system, and then eventually someone's going to stop paying for it to be stored, and then it's gone. Whereas with Arweave, you just pay once, you put it in there. You don't need to think about it ever again. It simply is perpetuated forever.
Okay, so pay once and store it forever. So how do you achieve that from on the blockchain? I mean, it just sounds like a crazy concept.
It sounds impossible, right? It's
sounds impossible.
Simple. Yeah. It's just an endowment, except denominated in the form of storage purchasing power. So when you put information into Arweave, you pay for 200 years worth of storage up front, but storage is so cheap that that's actually about 0.4 cents per megabyte, something like this. And then over time, as the cost of storage declines, the amount of storage purchasing power you have from that 200 years that you originally put up actually increases rather than decreases. You're essentially ending up accruing interest in the form of, how much storage you can buy over what period of time. And so
that's because you're counting on the fact that mathematically storage prices actually decrease every year. The computation prices increase every year. Storage prices, decrease every year. And the endowment can actually, as long as the endowment keeps growing, you can carry on paying for it forever.
Yeah, precisely. Except that we have super, super conservative estimates of storage declining costs in the network. So like we're expecting 0.5% or above, when actually in reality it's like 30.5%, which is 61x higher. And the reason we can do that is because for the types of data you want to store in Arweave, it's like information you just want to be around forever. 0.4 cents is super cheap. Like, your assets for your NFTs are probably only like a few megabytes, maybe 10 megabytes. So that's 4 cents. Compare that to Ethereum gas fees. It's essentially rounds down to zero. But because we have that like conservative expectation of declining costs, then we can have a really robust system that like everyone can buy into. Because otherwise the question is like, well, what will the declining rate actually be?
Is there any other protocol that you know of that's tackling the storage forever problem? Because I know that there's a lot of file storage protocols, and they're going up against Amazon and Google and Microsoft, and that's paying per meg per month, per gig per month, et cetera, et cetera. Right. Tell me about other protocols that are doing pay once forever.
I don't know of any.
Okay. So there's no one else playing in the space that you're playing, and I also can't find any.
Yeah.
Why? Talk to me about applications that would need storage forever, or where would we ever need to use storage forever?
Right. Well, I would argue that like at the broad base of it all, almost everything you want to store on the web, publicly publish on the web, you actually want to just perpetuate it as far and wide as possible. And one of the other dimensions you can use to do that is perpetuating it over time. So when you publish a blog post, what you really want to do is say, hey, I want to put this idea into the world and I want as many people to see it as possible. Arweave lets you do that. And I would say that basically every single decentralized application falls into this bracket. It's like applications we don't want to ever change without our consent or disappear. So for example, the UI to every single DeFi application out there is an obvious use case for Arweave, because you want to make sure that that's accessible in a decentralized way, and that even the people that uploaded it can't change the contents afterwards. So they can't censor it, or they can't, stop you having access to it and so on.
Okay, so next question. Is this a theory or is this a reality? In other words, are people actually using Arweave? Is Arweave, because there's a lot of ghost town protocols. And by the way, there are a lot of ghost protocols that have a much bigger market cap than Arweave, which right now has a $1.1 billion market cap, almost on a fully diluted basis. In fact, on a fully diluted basis, you still have a full token valuation of under $2 billion. Is anybody actually using the protocol?
Yes. There's about 60 or 70,000 people that have wallets, most of which have been created in the last 6 months or something like that, and are used regularly. Like there's a lot of applications on the system as well, around like 500, I would guess, and maybe 40 startups building applications that are purely on Arweave. So using SmartWeave, the smart contracting system on top of it, as well as the data storage on Arweave for the front end, all of it. And then like dozens more, hard to count.
What do these applications do? Like, what do these applications do? Talk to me about like some of the applications that are being built on Arweave at the moment.
Absolutely. So on the more sort of obvious end is like Rdrive, right? Rdrive is a system that's basically like Dropbox, except everything is permanent. And the UI itself is decentralized, and it's run by a a DAO, essentially, so a decentralized autonomous organization, that has full control of the system. So it's kind of like you have the Dropbox system without having Dropbox, the company, and anyone can be a stakeholder in it. Yeah, pay once, store the data forever. Pretty simple. But there's way more interesting and bizarre stuff being built on top of the system too. Like, for example, versions of Reddit or Twitter, where all of the content is decentralized and permanent, made available for everyone. And you can also have moderation systems in there using these DAOs, where anyone can take part, basically. So the community can self-moderate rather than having a company come down and tell everyone what they can or can't say online.
I mean, I'd imagine there's many use cases in like journalism, where journalists are scared to post things and they want things to last forever, and they're scared of authorities deleting stuff. I mean, are there like blogs and journalist apps and stuff like that being built?
Yeah, absolutely. There's super simple systems whereby you can just like upload a page that you're seeing, so that you can use it, for example, as a reference in journalism, or even academic writing is another big one. Like when you publish an academic paper, which people don't realize, Elsevier, the largest publisher, has a revenue of $20 billion per year. It's enormous. It's actually bigger than S3, which is the market that the temporary file storage people are going after. But that's an aside. Scientific publishing. You want to make sure that your article gets as much exposure as possible and is never forgotten. It's the idea of contributing to science, basically. Same principle. You can just upload it to the network. Probably cost you like less than 10 cents for the whole thing, and it's literally around forever and very reliably. So like the guarantees are extremely strong.
How are you guys is there a foundation that's helping grow the ecosystem? Are there grant programs? I mean, give me an idea of how you guys are encouraging people to develop on the protocol.
Yeah. So we have a company that founded the network, and we now basically just invest in projects on top. But what's really cool about the Arweave ecosystem, I think, and says a lot for its real world adoption, like its serious adoption by people, rather than just being forced upon it by this overfunded foundation, which is what you often get in crypto, is that we make up like 300,000, something like that, of the $15 million that have been committed to profit sharing communities built on top of Arweave at this point. Like, we're a tiny fraction of the money invested. Like, we want to ramp that up over time, but it's just a I guess an indication that like the free market really likes these ideas and supports it, rather than it just being like the foundation bankrolling everything, basically.
Yeah, so I mean, essentially, I think where the misconception is, people think that Arweave is about storing your data. It's not. It's about building amazing applications which require data to be stored forever. And to that end, A, you can do smart contracts on Arweave. B, it's quite a fast blockchain. C, the transaction fees are very, very, what are they? You said it's like peanuts.
Yeah.
And D, you can actually do like ERC20 tokens, where you can actually issue more tokens. And there's actually an NFT standard on Arweave, right?
Right, an even better one than there is on Ethereum, like by a long way. NFTs on Arweave are atomic. So the smart contract itself and the data and the metadata are all bundled into the same transaction, essentially. So you don't get this problem of like, well, is my data going to disappear? You don't get this problem of like, well, the metadata is over here and that might be well stored, but the data is over here. And actually there can be multiple NFTs issued to the same piece of data sometimes, which is a crazy problem that's emerging at the moment. You don't get any of that with Arweave. It's just one owner.
Why is it that not everyone is building on Arweave? Like, what do we need for everyone to start building on Arweave?
I don't think that's the question. It's the other way around. It's that the traders and investors don't really know much about Arweave, but the builders do. Like you find your favorite builder in the space and you ask them, they'll know what Arweave is, I'm pretty sure.
Wow. Okay. No, I think I agree with you. Sam, investors in the project. I know you guys have got an amazing list of people that backed you along the way. Can you share some of the names? Just I guess we always talk on the show about, following the smart money and following the big money. Are your investors actually public? Can you mention who they are?
Yeah, absolutely. So Andreessen Horowitz is obviously a big supporter of ours. Same with Union Square Ventures, Coinbase Ventures, and talking about following smart money, there's 1KX who backed us just before you did, actually, Ram. And they are super smart money. If you want to make money, no financial advice, obviously, but I would follow them. And they're super helpful.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, sounds absolutely, absolutely amazing. Sam, if anybody wants to get hold of Arweave to look for grants or to understand how to integrate into the protocol or get some help, what's the best way to do it?
Yeah. So the website has basically everything you need. It's just arweave.org. But the Discord, the Arweave developer Discord, is really where the community hangs out when they're building stuff. So if you just go there, you chat with people for a while, you kind of get an understanding of the perma-web they're basically building.
Okay, I mean, there's a lot of questions coming in the chat. And as a founder, if you don't want to answer this question, I really understand it. But a lot of people are saying it's hard to get Arweave. We can only get it on Huawei, or we can get it on Bittrex, and there's hardly any volume there, or BINANCE. I mean, are there plans for a big exchange? Is there, people are sitting here going, we want Arweave, we don't know how to get it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think at this point we can say that it's time for larger exchanges. That's pretty clear. Like we spent a lot of time really focusing on the fundamentals, making sure that like the thing is actually pretty incredible and that the community around it is building amazing things on top, because that is what fundamentally drives value. But at this point, it's getting to this point that like people trying to just use the tokens to store stuff and to interact with the system can't get enough. That's got to change. So I think big exchanges is the right moment. In terms of, let's see. Yeah, in terms of access, I think, frankly, the one thing that is tricky is access in the US because the regulations are just kind of crazy, frankly. Very, very hard to get listings there that are good. And the one thing we've always tried to make sure along the way is that the exchanges that we're listed on are like non-scammy. They're not going to screw over our customers, or not customers, but community members. Yeah, that's an interesting one in the US. Hard to find like the crossover of the two.
Okay, but you say that it is time. I'm not going to put you on the spot because I know how sensitive this is. So you say it is time for big exchanges.
I would say, as the founder of the project and just like a supporter of it, I would say at this point it's like, come on, let's get this done.
All right, Sam, thank you, my friend. I mean, absolutely insightful to hear it from you. Yeah, I mean, I was one of the first investors. I continue to support. I continue to buy. Yeah, thank you, my friend. Such a pleasure having you on the show.
Thanks for chatting.
Ciao, man. Bye. So that's Sam Williams, founder of Arweave. Now, don't tell Sam. Just don't tell Sam. But I have a plan. I am working on creating a launch pad for projects on Arweave. Yeah. So like Polkastarter, like CardStarter, like Ocam. Guys, CardStarter and Ocam, launch pads on Cardano. I mean, that's the next trend. What happens after that? Well, launch pads on Arweave. And that's something that we're talking about. I can see Coach K. He's there smiling. He wants his allocation. He wants the allocation. Coach, it's not allocation time yet. It's not allocation time yet.
It's build time.
It's build time. All right, Coach, we are going to get to you on prestigious picks in a sec. But before that, I promised the guys I'm going to make another call. So I am making another call to you guys. We made Ethereum. I told you to buy Ethereum. I told you to buy Chainlink. I told you to buy Arweave. I told you there's going to be a fourth. What's the fourth one that we're buying today? Guys, I think today we're going to buy... Oh, no, I'm not going to... There's only 4,100 likes. There's 6,000 people watching. So, okay, let's forget about this this segment. We'll move on to the next segment. Let's have a look here. All right, so I said to you guys I'm going to give you guys another call today. And I don't know if you remember that I did a segment a while ago where I said to you guys, get off your sofa, join a community, come and help us, and there will be amazing rewards for doing that. So David, I know you guys met David earlier this week. He was a guy that reached out to us. He got off his sofa and he reached out to us and he told me, he said to me, listen, you've got to look at this token. You have to look at it. I said, well, what is it? He said, well, just look at it. This is what you have to look at it. He wrote a report, another report. And when I read the report, I said, look, go all in. You have to go all in. And I'll tell you why you have to go all in. Because this token is the first token in the world that solves a major problem. And that's the problem of interoperability. So interoperability across blockchains. David. We can't hear you. Are you guys getting that phone? You need to re-log in because there we go. That's better. Again. We can't hear you. Try and get off the screen and back on the screen. Because the sound is very broken. So just try log off and log on again. All right, while he's doing that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the token. So the token is a cross-chain protocol, which allows users to trade one native asset for another native asset. So to be able to trade Bitcoin for Ethereum or Ethereum for DOT or Litecoin, basically using native assets without actually wrapping them. So yes, there are many cross-chain protocols that allow you to play in multi-chain. But what they do is they create a bridge in the middle which wraps your tokens. This protocol doesn't. Let's see if David's back. Dave, your sound is bad. No, we can't hear you. Hearing a buzz. Try and reboot your computer. See what you can do. Meantime, what we'll do is we'll bring in Coach K with prestigious picks.
Whoa, what is going on with my body here today?
I need to also switch off.
Hold on. There we go. Autofocus cameras, guys. They sometimes don't work so well. How's it going, Rand? How are you doing today?
I'm very good. How are you, Coach?
I'm awesome. I went on vacation and I didn't look at crypto really that much for like 4 days. And I just got back today and I was like, holy crap. Awesome. Ethereum's all-time high, Bitcoin looking good.
I also went on vacation. I went on vacation for 20 minutes and I didn't look at crypto. And then I got back after 20 minutes and I said, wow, holy shit, what the hell's going on here? So both of us went on a vacation.
Every single day.
Coach, what is our pick of the week? Pick.
Special pick. This one, honestly, is really like everyone wants it right now. And it's because it's linked to EquiBank. This project's called EQIFI. EquiBank is already a digital bank. It's been operating for years out of Cayman. It's connected to, very prestigious individuals in the space. If you look around, you'll see. But I'm not talking about EquiBank. I just want to show you that that's connected to it. So we have a fully digital, registered, licensed, regulated bank. So why EquiFi? Simply because they are bringing DeFi products to the traditional banking systems. Even though it's a digital bank, it's using traditional banking systems. So I'll tell you guys a funny story. I showed one of my really good friends who is a very high-level banker in Australia. I said, yo, Dave, man, check this protocol out, man. Check this out. They're actually taking banking and putting DeFi and they're combining them. And he said, stop trying to steal my job. You guys are going to steal my job because the things that you guys are going to do are things that I do every single day in the bank. So right now we have DeFi, but we don't have regulated DeFi. And this is basically taking the unregulated DeFi. We're trying to figure it out, decentralized, and it's putting it into a bank. So kind of merging the CeFi DeFi world together. You've seen things like that with, we can see examples of this with Celsius, with Nexo, with the YLD. So there are other protocols, other banks technically on the blockchain or digital banks coming out, but they're the first one that has all of it. And Fred, if you want to throw that slide up with the 4 points, there's 4 things that these guys do. Okay. Number one, they do fixed rate lending. So basically I take a loan or I lend money and I get 5%, for example. Variable is basically as things fluctuate, the price of interest or lending APY will change. Then you have interest rate swaps. So basically you can take a fixed rate of, let's say you're paying 3%, but in the variable rate, sometimes you can switch it and get 2.4, and then you could switch it back. So it's rate swaps, which is very interesting. And then yield aggregating, which we already have from 1inch and other exchanges. So basically they've taken the whole entire DeFi ecosystem and they're going legit. Basically, they're going in a way that no SEC, no one ever is going to look at them funny or think they're doing anything wrong.
Regulated DeFi.
Regulated DeFi. So, I mean, it sounds crazy. Some people are like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose. But here we go. How many people who have $5 million want to keep $5 million on a Trezor without any insurance? Probably not many. So EquiBank would be the one arm where you could put some of your funds being insured, but then you could have your EquiFi where you can actually DeFi your funds that are in a bank. So it gives you like a full scale suite for DeFi, which also gives you all the traditional benefits of having, insurance and regulations. So if someone's doing something wrong, you have someone overseeing it. And I think that stuff like this is really, when you posted the HSBC thing yesterday or last week with Michael Saylor, I was like, oh my God, this is the perfect solution. It's the perfect solution.
Exactly.
And
right.
when is the The launch hasn't been done yet. So like a lot of the time I come on here and people are like, well, coach, we can't even get in. This one is like literally, guys, it's not even done yet. I don't even think they're finished the raise yet. I know that this will be a larger public sale because it's a big project. It's huge, right? It's linking to a real bank that has multi-millions of dollars. It might even have billions. I haven't checked. But EQIBank is real. So
that's me. That's me. Me texting you. Are you next to your phone by any chance?
I am. Let me see. Where are you texting me on
Telegram?
Telegram. Okay, let me see. Ran. Let's see. When I told you I could get you one. Didn't I tell you that already?
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? I said, what did I ask you?
Rand said, no, actually, you know what, Rand? Let's ask the viewers what you said. What do you think Rand wants right now, guys? Let me see if we can get a comment down in the little bottom part there.
What do you think I just texted? What do you think I just texted, Coach?
You want the shades, boys and ladies? There we go. We're back. Okay.
There we go.
There we go. I got my Bono on over here.
I texted Coach and I said, when allocation.
I want an allocation. Well, I can definitely do that for you. I'll talk to you later offline. I'll think about how I can maybe bring $1,000 allocation to the banter bags potentially. If any
now you're talking. A thousand using the banter bags. Coach, okay, love you to bits. We will probably see you tomorrow for banter. Remember, tomorrow you have to be nice because the ladies are coming tomorrow. So we have to be nice. We've got Paris Hilton.
Which ladies are coming?
Paris Hilton is coming. No, we have reached out to Paris Hilton. She may come. We're not sure. She's getting back to us. But there's a few other ladies. So tomorrow, be nice, okay? Play nice. Andy, nice. Mr. Buzz, Crypto Casey. Of course, Coach is going to be there because Coach always comes. And then there's a special guest. So we shall see who that special guest is. Guys, don't miss banter tomorrow. Cool, Coach. Thank you, my friend. I want to get back to guys. David's sound is working.
Can I make a prediction? Can I make a prediction? Yeah. What's the project?
Yes.
I think the project is Coin. COIN, not Coinbase, but Coin, the project Coin. I might be wrong, but it does something very similar. So, yeah, I'll leave it there.
David, what is the project?
The project is Thorchain.
Thorchain, of course, it's Thorchain. All right, tell us why you like Thorchain so much. Tell us why you wrote your next report on Thorchain. By the way, guys, the report is being published tomorrow, and we're going to send you guys a link tomorrow. So tell me about Thorchain. Why are we buying it?
Right. So Thorchain does something very, very unique, and it is also missing in the crypto space. So what Thorchain allows is for native assets, such as, for example, Bitcoin and Ethereum, to now be swapped on a DEX, so on a decentralized exchange, which is revolutionary and which has never been done in crypto before.
So that means that you can now swap Bitcoin for Ethereum and then into DeFi, or basically bring your Bitcoin into DeFi using this protocol, right?
Exactly. So you can now on the Thorchain on the AskGuardX exchange, you can now actually swap your assets for one another, and finally Bitcoin holders can now provide liquidity with their Bitcoin and earn a native yield on their Bitcoin. So they no longer have to wrap their Bitcoin on Ethereum or give their Bitcoin to a centralized entity such as BlockFi. They can now get a native yield on their Bitcoin.
So what I understand is that how Rune does this is it doesn't actually wrap the tokens. It actually takes the tokens and puts them into these vaults, and the vaults get verified by the nodes, the Rune nodes on the network, and so it does this in a very, very revolutionary way. This token has a lot of big brand supporters and a lot of big contributors. Do you have any insight on who those are?
Right. So the team is pseudo anonymous, as you call it. So there's some people who have spoken out that they are public backers, but a big backer of it is Eric Voorhees. He has publicly
I think we have a tweet from him. So let's check Fred, do we have a tweet from Eric? So Eric says, behold, this has never been done before. Native, unwrapped Ethereum, native, unwrapped Bitcoin, Ethereum in, Bitcoin out. No intermediary, no custody, no KYC. Guys, this is huge. Like, I don't know if you understand how huge this is when you can start swapping native assets for one another without wrapping them. And the way that Thorchain does it is revolutionary. All that is coming out in David's report tomorrow, right, Dave?
Yeah, should be done tomorrow.
Okay, Dave, would you be buying this? Based on, I mean, give us a clue for what's in your report. Would you be buying this token?
Well, let me just give you one very unique value proposition, like how it works. So nodes have to bond their rune to be able to be a node and earn the fees that they can earn as a node. But for this, I'm not going to get too technical, but this results in the value of rune being equal to at least 3 times the total value locked up in the system. And just think of...
Which means that there can't be bad actors in the space, because the penalty, because they staked so much rune to be validators that they can't create a coordinated attack, because the number of rune is always worth more than what is locked up in the vault. So the public's almost insured.
Exactly. And what this also results in is, just think about it. You know, currently Bitcoin is sitting at a 1 trillion market cap. Imagine it captures 1% of this. So it captures 10 billion. This means that the market cap, even if it catches just 1% of only Bitcoin, the market cap of Rune will be $30 billion. And then imagine that more assets come to the system and those prices of all those assets rise. You know, if Bitcoin goes to 2 trillion, then it becomes 60 billion.
Okay, so that sounds, I mean, that is incredible. Right now, Rune has a market cap of $3 billion. It's had an amazing run. I mean, it's done 141x this year. It's got big fans. Elio, me, you, Eric Voorhees, and big. There is actually a conspiracy theory about who created or who is behind the project, right? Do you have any? Do you know who it is? I mean, do you have any? I mean, are you part of that conspiracy theory? What do you think of that conspiracy theory?
Well, I'm not going to say anything in absolutes, but there is a series of events which might lead us to think that Binance might be in some way involved. So they, for Thorchain is an anonymous team, but they allowed an anonymous team to launch on their launchpad when they just released. So that's like, why would they trust an anonymous team that early? Thorchain, one of the first products they had was the BEP swap, which was on Binance chain. Rune was listed quite quickly on Binance. So these are some signals that may make us assume that CZ might know a little more than us.
Yeah, we know CZ doesn't like regulation, and he's all about anonymity. And and I think that this actually, I mean, I don't know, I'm not going to say yes or no, but I'm saying either way, this is a solid project that has been delivering, that has been communicating, that hasn't let us down. Launched the mainnet on the 13th of April. This thing actually works. This is a revolution. And like you say, the more value gets locked up, the more people realize what's going on, the more the market cap has to be, because that's mathematically calculated. So watch the total value locked in Rune. And if that goes up, buy the token, ape into the token. Dave, going back to it, would you be buying?
I would definitely be buying. Like, I'm not going to say like everyone ape in everything you have right now, but put this coin on your radar and try finding points to accumulate. Maybe dollar cost average. This coin could go literally anywhere if the bull run can. So I would just build some exposure over time, definitely.
Amazing. David, thank you, my friend. We look forward to seeing your report tomorrow. And again, we'll provide a download link in the text, and you can support David. And guys, David is just a member of the community who is working alongside me now, and I'm mentoring him, and we're growing together, and we're starting to produce amazing research reports. And I think soon David's going to head up the Crypto Banter research department. David, thank you, my friend.
Thank you for letting me come here.
Thank you, buddy. All right, guys, I was going to bring Sheldon back, and I know he's in the waiting room, but we are out of time, and I want YouTube to really circulate this content. So love you guys madly. See you guys again tomorrow, same time, same place. We also have, of course, Sheldon's show. And yeah, if you're still here, give us one more like, one more subscribe. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Enjoy the markets, trade well, make profits, give us love. Love back to you guys. See you again tomorrow.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research.